eyeQ is the revolutionary high-speed mental imaging and reading program pioneered and developed in Japan by brain expert Dr. Kawamura. It quickly moved Japanese students from the bottom percentile to the top percentile. It revolutionized reading programs in Japan, and now it's available for you and your kids right here in the U.S.
When business executive Jeff Flam first discovered the program in Japan, he had a very personal reason for wanting to get it to the U.S. and to American families as fast as humanly possible.
When I was 6 years old, I was diagnosed with an eye disease called amblyopia, or lazy eye. And so they patched my eye, and for the next few years in grade school, I went to school every day with a patch on my eye and had kids make fun of me, and I struggled to see the blackboard. It was really tough. So I started out not liking school and having a very difficult time with school. And later, as I progressed into junior high and high school, I never really liked to read because I got headaches. After I graduated from college and I got into the workforce, I met Dr. Kawamura, and I was able to try his program that he had developed in Japan to help people read faster. And when I visited Japan, I saw students there that had been on the eyeQ program for several years, reading 4 books at once on a split screen. I was astounded. I didn't think that was humanly possible to read 4 different books at once. And yet there were students in the room all doing it. And when they'd test them, they'd score in the 90 percentile on every book they read. And they could read 4 at once. So the mind can do incredible things. And when I saw that, I knew we needed it here in America. All of us need it, not only in business, but our kids in school so that we can excel.
Everything in school and in life is timed. Class time, study time, reading time, office time, finish the job on time, test time.
When kids are taking timed tests, they're not used to reading. They're not fast readers. And so it's at a severe disadvantage to them because the teacher will say, okay, time.
Okay, time's up. Pencils down. Pencils down, everyone.
They're only 2/3 of the way through the test, so they're filling in all those bubbles just guessing on the test. And so it really hurts their scores.
Take a look at one of the many techniques used in the eyeQ program. The computer makes it simple and easy to follow the metronome sound and visuals to exercise all of your eye muscles.
We'll begin, just like we begin every 7-minute eyeQ session, by warming up the eyes and the brain. Start by following this object as it moves around the screen with your eyes. And this exercises all of 6 sets of eye muscles and actually strengthens your peripheral vision. Now see how the objects flow? This is what's called high-speed imaging. It actually stimulates the brain to process much faster. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to watch Wizard of Oz come across the screen at 200 words a minute. Now this is the speed that most people can read at. See how much of it you can follow?
That's a little fast, huh?
Now we've moved it to 2,000 words a minute,
Oh my goodness.
which is 10 times the speed that most people read at.
I could never read that.
Now just watch and see if you can pick out any of the words.
It's not easy.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to slow the story down to 1,000 words a minute. Now, after we're looking at 2,000 words a minute, see how many more words you can pick up when it's going at 1,000 words a minute.
This is 1,000? 1,000 words a minute?
This is 1,000, and you can read quite a bit of it, can't you?
Yeah, I can actually focus on the words now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now we'll slow it back down to 200 words a minute, the same speed at which we started.
Oh, wow, I can't believe
Now, does it seem like it's going fast to you?
No, not at all.
It doesn't seem like it's moving.
It's amazing. I'm ready to go to the next line before it is.
I'm ready to turn the page.
What eyeQ does is starts at our normal reading speed, it pushes us at much higher speeds than we can read. And when it backs down, you're going to be able to read it very easily. And you'll find that your speed will just progressively increase the more you use the program.
I'm 8 years old and I'm in 2nd grade. And before I started eyeQ, I was at 102 words per minute. And once I finished all 12 lessons, I was at the 800s.
He started as a classic 2nd grade reader, and his comprehension and speed has just skyrocketed, really. I'd put him probably 4th, 5th, 6th grade. I mean, he's doing really, really well.
She started using the eyeQ product, and within 3 weeks, her reading had improved so much that she was pulled out of resource reading, which she's been in ever since she started school. and now she's actually been asked to be a teacher's aide.
I've worked with so many children this past summer who went through the eyeQ program, and their parents were so amazed as to how well they have done in such a short period of time. Give them the foundation of success. Give them eyeQ.
Because of eyeQ, my son Drew was able to raise his ACT scores immensely, and it was able to give him an academic scholarship to the University of Chicago for $39,000.
My son Brenton was only reading 49 words a minute. Dr. Habermill, his behavioral optometrist, recommended the eyeQ program.
First time I took the ACT, near the end of my junior year of high school, I walked out of there and I knew that I had not done very well because I didn't have enough time to complete any of the sections, and I knew there were so many problems that I just had to guess on in the last few minutes. And my mom told me about this program called eyeQ, and the first time I used it, there was an improvement from 175 words per minute to over 200, almost 300 words per minute. And that jump, I saw that and I just went, whoa. The first time I saw that, I was like really surprised. My reading speed has improved from 150, 175 words per minute to over 600 words per minute now. And because of eyeQ, I'm now a freshman in Lyman Briggs College at Michigan State University, and I'm a pre-med major, and hopefully I'll be attending med school in the future.
When I started reading, I think it was in the high 3s, and from some of the last things that I've done, I'm seeing some 8s, even into the low 900s words per minute. So obviously, from doing those exercises, it's trained your mind to move so much quicker.
I started my first pre-test at 526, and now I'm reading at 979 words per minute.
In reading, I was always in the lowest level. That's where I was. Sorry. And so when I hit middle school, it was very obvious to me that I was a poor reader. Not dumb, but a poor reader. I started at 230, and I know that's slow because Paul started at 297. And I'm in the 800s now, and I'm really comfortable with that. Academically, I feel like a different person, and that might sound silly because it's just a reading program, but in my life, it's made... I'm sorry. In my life, it's made a big difference.
It's great working with eyeQ as a family, but what's even better is the boys can do it all by themselves without any help at all from mom and dad.
Most people think that if you're speed reading, you're not comprehending. And when they see people reading fast, they think there's no way they could be comprehending what they're reading. But with eyeQ, our studies have shown that not only will you double or triple or quadruple your reading speed, but comprehension will skyrocket. In fact, at a major university where we tested it, the students started at 330 words a minute with 47% comprehension, not very high. And yet after just 6 weeks, they tested at 885 words a minute with 79% comprehension. That's a 62% increase in comprehension, reading 3 times faster.
Imagine finishing emails, reading assignments in minutes rather than hours, and books in hours instead of days. But not just reading faster, but literally seeing and thinking faster. The difference between this and this is this. 7 minutes a day, 3 days a week, 7 minutes a day.